This is actually the white fuel, okay? When we actually fill it up, this bottle's too big. If I'm taking a bottle again, I'm gonna take one about half this big, because we can actually fill it up in the back country. We'll probably have about 3 of these. The stuff that we get at Philmont, the equipment that we get at Philmont, that stuff will be carried by the youth. You'll notice I didn't say anything about the adults carrying any of that equipment. You guys wanna know why?
It's just there for the ride.
That's right. The ranger will probably say something along the lines of this: the adults are here and they are on vacation. Okay, yeah, this is not the vacation that you dream about, but it is vacation. And what's going to end up happening is you guys will see that the anchor around each crew will probably be me, or an adult. And so what we'll try to do is they will try to give more weight to the faster boys and to actually slow them down, and to try to lessen the weight on some of the adults is what they'll end up doing. And so what will happen is all the gear that we get at Philmont will go to the youth, okay? Does anybody have a problem with that? I hope not, because that would,
Actually,
yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah, you're carrying me if I get too tired.
So John, obviously you would take that container empty on the flight.
Yes, in fact,
You fill up with white gas there, not.
I'm surprised they even let you take an empty container.
I'm really glad you brought that up. They won't let us take this on the flight. What we have to do is we'll take all the stoves and all these containers and we empty them out and we air them out for a couple of days, and then we UPS them. And then when we get to Philmont, we will go by the, they have a post office there. You address it to yourself, you put your crew number, the date that you're arriving, and then we'll pick them up there, and then we'll fill them up there. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a great question. Okay, one of the things that happened to me at Philmont last time was one night, I was helping Cameron with his backpack, and it was dark, and I took a step back and I fell into a hole that was about 8 feet deep. Okay, and it just twerked my knee something fierce. This is like the 2nd or 3rd day. And Dave Barr had a knee brace that I was able to wear, and it really helped me. And I'll tell you this, when I got back, I went to the orthopedic, and when you looked at the back of my knee, you could actually see the swelling and where the ligament had actually torn, and you could actually see the blood where on the underside and where the swelling was. So what they did is they gave me a knee brace. So if you have any type of knee problems, or if you've ever had a knee problem, bring a knee brace just in case something happens, okay? So I'll take that with me. Okay, and then this is, last time I took a mess kit that was about this big and it probably weighed 4 pounds. This time, what this is, I'm gonna take something a lot lighter and much quicker. And what this is, and they will tell us, they'll actually train us on how to eat and how to clean everything. So what you'll need is you'll need something to eat, and I'm just going to take a bowl. I'm not going to take anything other than a bowl and a spork. Okay, it's a spoon on one side and a fork on the other side. At the end of every meal, basically what you'll do is you'll eat everything that's on there. Pretty much you'll lick it as much as you can, and then they'll boil water, and then they'll actually sterilize it, and then you leave this over by the sump. And a sump is nothing more than a pipe that goes into the ground about 30 or 40 feet, and it's where you pour all the water that you've cooked and that you've cleaned with. And then you'll just leave this at the sump. What happens is at night when we're asleep, the bear will actually come around, and they know exactly where the smells come from. And so the bears will know, and they just get used to having this stuff that's clean sitting right there, and the bear won't bother it. They won't do anything with it. And the bear will basically walk the triangle. It'll walk from where we cook, and it's looking for food. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, it's just, you know, it's just the way that it is. And just remember this. When it comes to bears, a bear does not want to eat a Porter Hansen. Okay, what a bear wants to eat is a bear wants to eat acorns, and a bear wants to eat berries, maybe something like a rabbit, but nothing like you. The only way that a bear would be interested in a Porter Hansen is if you have food or something like that in your tent. Okay, a bear should not be coming into your tent except for if there's food. The other thing is biodegradable soap that we'll also bring. And then the other thing is we need to have something there that can convert cups into liters and things like that. And that's what this is, because they're going to give us basically freeze-dried food for dinner. And the way it works is everybody just throws their food into the middle, and we'll actually take what are called turkey bags. Did you guys do turkey bags last time? What you'll do is it helps during cleanup. And basically what you do is you line basically, well, we'll talk more about the cooking when we get there, but you'll actually use turkey bags. It makes cleaning up much easier and much quicker. If you're interested in it, you can actually Google it. And okay. You can get these at Walmart, you can get them at REI, you can get them at Dick's, okay? Any questions about that so far, guys? How are we doing on power?
I don't know.
Okay. You see how it's in a bag? Why is it in a bag?
It's airtight.
Just to keep it airtight. That's more for convenience for me. Okay, let's go. Okay, these are Long Johns. They are not in a container. This is more for this weekend because I was expecting them to be cold. When we go to bed at night, one thing that we'll do at Philmont is you actually bring something to sleep in. The only time you wear that, and that includes undergarments, the only time you wear that is when you go into your tent. When you go into your tent, basically all that you should have in your tent is your sleeping pad, which you've never had food on, your sleeping bag, which you've never eaten on or eaten in, and then your sleeping clothes. That's really, and a flashlight. I'll have my glasses, things like that. But that's really all that you should have in your tent. There shouldn't be candy or anything at all, or any other equipment in your tent other than that. Again, this, when you're camping like this weekend on a Friday night, when you go to bed at night, where you lose most of your heat is through your head. So when you go to sleep at night, you're going to want to have your head covered with something similar to a beanie. You can do a hoodie if that's more comfortable for you, but that will keep you much more comfortable at night. Okay, what these are, guys, these are my shirts. Basically what we'll do is we'll have 3 shirts, and why do you guys think it's packed the way that it is? Why is it in the... Yeah. Why?
This way.
Dry.
Smell.
Bishop knows.
It's dry.
It's dry. So everything, what in here, it says bring 6 to 12 gallon size Ziploc bags. And the reason is because you're going to put your clothes, and because if we get caught in a downpour and everything gets wet, then we don't have a place to dry it out. We have to build a fire and start all over. So that's why we'll do everything we can to keep things dry. So that's why it's in a bag. These are socks, and these are liners. It's in a bag, right? Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Okay, here is the other pair of pants I'll take. So I'll take this pair of pants, the second pair of pants, and then a pair of shorts to sleep in. And then that's primarily what I'll take. Last time, we had kids that brought, 3 pairs of blue jeans and just way too much clothes. The less that you bring, actually, I think the happier you'll be. Kurt, do you have any comments on that or any suggestions?
What I found is that most boys never change their clothes for 10 days.
Cameron wore the
They
same
made
shirt.
a game to see how filthy they can get.
Yes.
No, not really. But you're not gonna wear it, you're not gonna change, you're not gonna go through 2 changes of
No,
clothes.
you're not. This is my sleeping bag. This is what I would wear to bed. Okay. And what this is, guys, these are pants. These are my rain pants. Again, hopefully we will not need these, but you'll actually have rain pants. And then they say to bring a jacket. The jacket that I bring happens to be my rain jacket. So, and this has a hood. And so if it starts raining, then, and you want to keep these things close to the top of your pack. Because if it starts raining, first thing you want to be able to do is get yourself dry, then get your pack covered. Okay. If this stuff gets wet, you're fine because it's actually in a bag. If you've ever been in a situation where you're cold and you're wet and you don't have the ability to get dry, that is a very sad situation to be in. In my life, I've had one experience with hypothermia, and that wasn't me, that was on the trek 2 times ago. And it was probably 95 degrees outside. I don't know if you guys remember this, but we were actually on the top of the ridge when the thunderstorm hit. And I still remember it was Katie Mazzarella. And I thought she was joking with me when I was talking to her. I thought she was just messing around with me. But I